Hey guys, it's Margie, the Bootleg Knitter, and I want to talk socks. A couple of my friends and we want to do a little sock knit along together, but I'm like, let me just do a little video because I have two pairs of socks I have to get done. I already got one sock done for the one pair, and they're really, really big, so it's taken me forever to knit these bad boys up. But I don't really follow a sock pattern. I have kind of devised my own way to do socks, and I find it very easy, so I wanted to share with you. First, my hoodies. This is my favorite hoodie. Some of you have seen it before. It goes back to Friday 13th, Camp Crystal Lake. Yeah, we're big horror fans. All right, so you want to make a pair of socks. First step, find the yarn you want. This is a Sparkle DK. I'm actually not using this for socks right now. I'm just using this to help show you what to do. Okay, so first you want to measure how high up on your leg you want your sock to be. And I'm still wearing my Christmas pants. I'll wear them until January 6th. Feast of the Three Kings, also Distaff Day. All right, so I'm going to measure how far up my leg I want my socks to go. I want them to come right about here at the top of my reindeer antler. All right, so I'm going to measure. You can measure with a measuring tape, or what I do is I'm taking my crochet hook. You want the appropriate size crochet hook. And you don't want real loose stitches, but you don't want real tight stitches either. So I'm going to crochet a chain that is the same size as goes around my leg. Again, this is not real loose crochet. It's not tight crochet. It's just the perfect size crochet chain for this yarn. So I'm going to go around and around and around until it is long enough to fit around my leg. Okay, so that is your second step. First, measure how high up you want it to be, and then crochet a chain that's can fit around that spot on your leg. Now, I'm knitting a pair of socks for a fella, and I had to measure, and I don't have him with me to size, so I had to measure the spot, and I made my crochet chain, and it ends up being 59, 57? I think it's 57 stitches. I got to double check. I have it written down. Write down everything. I put it in my phone. That way I have it, and then when I'm done, I put it on a piece of paper and put it in my little book. Okay, so I divided the number of stitches on my crochet chain. So however many stitches you have on your crochet chain that fits around your leg, count those stitches. That's the number of stitches you are going to use for your base. Now, some people just use that crochet chain, and you can slip your needle through those crochet chains. I like to do a different cast on. I don't like the crochet cast on for socks. So you can use whatever cast on you want. I'm not telling you what to do. So I did my 57 stitches. Yes, it's 57. Ends up being 19 on each needle, I believe. And I put 19 on each of my DPNs. Now, some people like to do two socks at once using circulators. I don't care. You do what you want to do. I love my DPNs. So I put my 19, and then I begin to knit around. I will continue to knit around until it is the length that I measured from my ankle bone, you know, the little bony part of your ankle, up to how high I want it. So that's how many stitches I'm going to knit. And again, I will then also count those rows. I don't only use measurements, I also count the rows. And again, I write that down because you want your second sock to match your first sock exactly. So that's all I'm going to talk about today. That's how you get started. Okay. I'm doing a 2, 1, 2 knit 1 purl rib on my sock, and I will do this all the way down to the ankle. So there we go. And this is, excuse me, sorry, a little tickle. This is what the sock looks like. Now, you'll notice this is really a wide sock, and I'll talk about that later when I get to that part. This is number 1 of the sock videos. The man I'm doing them for, it is a size 12, like almost a triple X foot. So I made the sock wide. If you have a skinnier foot, whoever you're making them for, you, someone else, I'll show you how later on what you do to compensate for a thinner foot. But this is the yarn from his sheep. This is DK yarn. It is Shetland alpaca. So now again, I'm doing a sock number 2. And for the DK yarn, I am using, these are size, I don't know if I could read it. Why they make these so hard to read? These are size 3 needles. That's what they are. They're size 3, whatever millimeter. I think it's 3.25, I think. Looks like 3.25. Yeah, millimeters. Size, I think that's size 3 knitting needles. You notice I have 3 different needles. Doesn't matter, they're all the same size. I checked because, you know, I can never find 4 of the same set ever. And that's okay. So again, let's review the steps one more time. Measure from the ankle to however high up you want your socks to go. Then measure around. Do a crochet chain with the yarn you want to use to fit around the top of the sock. Count how many stitches. Again, don't make it too loose, don't make it too tight. A nice medium, you know, just a nice crochet chain size, just perfect for whatever yarn you're using. If you use a fatter yarn, use a fatter crochet hook, okay? Because on a fatter yarn, you're not going to have as many stitches. Again, crochet, count how many stitches. That's how many stitches you cast on for your sock. You could do, you know, DPNs or circular, whatever your method is, and then knit for however long you want your sock to be. So again, this will be video number 1, and I'll see you in a couple days where I will do the heel. That'll be video number 2. Okay, so come on and join me and knit some socks. Yeah.